Jahan, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Doing well. We talked to Keandre today, and he talked about his maturation process from freshman year to now. You talked about that a little bit before the season, but how about through game one, seeing him handle himself in that role and coming up big?
Yeah, I knew he had it in him. Like I've been saying all summer, just watching him mature over the summer, over the past year, it's been great. And then he showed that in the game that he's capable of being one of those big-time players for us, and I was happy to see him excel.
Jahan, last year when we talked, you said that when the ball's in the air, it's your ball, and that's kind of the mentality of number one receivers wherever you've seen them. Who are the other guys that you see that in on your team?
Every single receiver in our room. That's the motto we live by. Every time the ball is in the air to one of us, it's ours. That's how you become great receivers, and that's how we hold ourselves to a high standard. And that's how we're going to be one of the best receiver groups in the country.
Jahan, what was Coach Yursic's message to the offense on Sunday? Did he focus on positives, negatives, or how does he kind of deal with that?
Yeah, he focused on positives, but at the same time, we had corrections to make. It wasn't a perfect game by us. We didn't have a great first half. We came out in the second half strong, and we kind of just focused on what we can do better, looking forward to the next game, and just focusing on those things.
Have you seen anything in practice this week that leads you to believe you guys are getting off to a fast start Saturday, or is there anything you kind of point to that leads you to believe that?
Yeah, I would say just focusing on getting better every single day you come in. Coach Franklin's been talking about kind of how in the past that we've kind of waited for us to have like a major loss for us to come in and start working harder. So like just coming in on that Monday after a victory and going even harder, so you want to get even better for the next week. That's been a big focal point for us this week, just making sure that we're even better than we were last week.
Jahan, it seemed like on Saturday a lot of times you were able to, either whether it was because of the scheme or because of your speed, you were able to get open. What are some of the things that you do just to get separation against corners and safeties as well?
Using my God-given abilities, I would say using my speed, just perfecting my route running. That's been something I've been working on basically all my life. Coach Stubblefield has done a great job helping me perfect my route running, perfect my craft on this field every single day. So I feel like just basically relying on my training when I get into the games is helping me get open.
Jahan, when you're running a deep route, you look back at the ball, and if it's going to be overthrown or underthrown, which one is more challenging and why?
I would probably say being underthrown, just because then you have to battle back to the ball, and sometimes, well, most of the time, there's a defender coming full speed at you, so you have to worry about him running into you. So I feel like being underthrown probably is pretty much harder.
John, it's been a while since we saw Noah running with the ball the way he did in the fourth quarter. What does it mean for this team when he's executing like that?
We know we have a great back in Noah Kane, so anytime we get the ball in his hands, we know anything can happen. A big play can happen any single time, every time we get the ball in his hands. So that's a big focal point for us, making sure he touches the rock, because we know the type of weapon we have on our team.
Jahan, Keandre really credited Coach Stubblefield with helping him along in that emotional maturity. How does Coach Stubblefield go about that, kind of the mental side of the game? How does he go over that with you guys?
Yeah, every single day. In the meeting rooms, he spends about 10 to 15 minutes just talking to us about how we should approach things. I feel like that prepares us for literally every situation we're going to face on and off the field. So he does a great job preparing us for just real-life situations, in-game situations, different types of stuff.
So a lot of guys in your room have never played in Beaver Stadium with a lot of fans. Do you sense some anxiousness, anticipation? And what message are you giving guys?
I feel like it was good for us to get a big road game our first week, because it's kind of harder to play on the road in front of big crowds like that. So I was happy we got that game out the way for those guys who have never played in front of big crowds, and they handled it pretty well.
Jahan, I don't know if there was a time last winter where you thought maybe you'd never play in front of a full Beaver Stadium again. To be able to do that this Saturday, personally, what does it mean to you?
It's huge to me. Being that this is my senior year, one of the best fan bases in the country, it's a major opportunity for me, for our teammates who haven't got to experience that. I can't wait. I've been waiting all year for our fans to get back out there, so they could cheer us on.
Jahan, what are you most looking forward to about Saturday returning to Beaver
The fans. Being out there with the fans, it gets louder than any place I've ever been in the country. Seeing my parents, that's pretty much it.
We saw some of Winston Eubanks on Saturday, something that we hadn't seen much of. Weren't sure we really expected to see him. What can you tell us about this?
He's gonna play a major role for this team during this season. He's came in. He's been working harder than anyone I know on this team. He's gonna play a major role in this team. He does every single little thing you want him to do. He knows every single position. He's a guy that we're gonna need.
Did it kind of surprise you?
Not really, because we know the type of players that we bring into this program. They're guys that are going to get the job done. They're guys that, whenever we call on their name, that they're going to be there for us. So it wasn't really a surprise to me.
Jahan, Ball State's been described as a bend but don't break defense at times. Is there a certain level of patience you have to have going into those games, or are you thinking, I'm going to break them?
We just got to follow our game plan. They're a really good football team. They won I think they won the MAC conference last year. They have a lot of upperclassmen on their team, a lot of experienced guys. So we just have to go out there, execute our game plan, and I feel like we'll be fine.
John, earlier today, AK spoke about you guys being roommates. I think Jesse's part of that group too. What's that roommate dynamic like for you guys?
It's pretty cool. We all live in it's like a 6-person house back to back, so it's 12 of us literally. So it's pretty fun. Just being with those guys every single day. Those are my brothers. I do everything with them. It's pretty fun.
Who's the neat roommate?
The neat roommate.
Yeah, who's the neat?
Jesse's like the neat freak. I think that's just how he was raised. So he makes sure everything's clean, cleans up the house after everyone.
Well, if you're living in close quarters with Jesse, you've had a good look at what his year has been like transitioning to do 2 positions. He's going to have to play both, I guess, this upcoming Saturday.
Yeah.
And he played both last Saturday. How have you seen him what's he doing behind the scenes to make sure he's prepared to be a starter level at both?
Yeah, that's one of those guys who, no matter what position you put him at, he's going to go at it max effort. I've been seeing him ever since they told him that he was going to be playing that position early in the summer. He went to Dallas. He's been here training with Coach Dion, went to Dallas, trained with one of the D-line gurus, just making sure that he's ready for the moment. And he's one of those guys that prepares like no other, and I know he's going to be ready for the moment every time he steps on the field.
Now rank the housemates 1 to 12. What can you tell us about AK off the field?
AK is a very funny guy. I'm happy he's on our team. He's someone that I've grown really close with. Being that he was from Temple, I kind of knew some of the people that he's known, so it's pretty cool connecting with those guys. It's a small world, but he's a really fun guy to be around. He's always cracking jokes, always making me laugh.
So what was it like when you saw him make that big play early? Like, what was it, first or second play of the game?
Yeah, so I had never seen him play before. So like I've only seen him in practice, but like it was crazy because he lived up to the hype. Like he's one of those guys that is one of the best guys on the field every time he steps on the field. So it was really cool to see him excel in the game.
Where is Marquise in his transition from defense to receiver?
Yeah, he's getting better every single day. One thing about Marquise, he asks a lot of questions, so he's always trying to learn more. And I feel like you need that in any guy on the football field. That's great to have on the football field, just because guys who want to learn more are guys who are going to get it faster. And he's been coming along very well.
Thanks, Jahan.
Thanks, John.
Thanks.
Yep.